Howdy everyone out there in internet land. It's time for another Weekly Sizzle with your hosts, Nick and I.
I means Eric.
I am Eric.
I feel like we keep talking about grammar at the beginning. Go ahead.
This week we have a lot to talk about. One thing that I wanted to touch on was expertise, or the idea of expertise. Your column this week was about the famous saying that in order to be an expert at anything, you have to put in at least 10,000 hours.
Yeah, so it was an interesting column, as I think all of my columns are fairly interesting.
I couldn't put it down.
So it's about 10,000 hours. Can you put 10,000 hours into something and become an expert? And I actually read the story on Southwest. I was flying somewhere, as I flew a million times last month, and there was a story about this golfer who he had never golfed in his life, and he decided he was going to quit his job and go golf for 10,000 hours to try to become a PGA pro.
Did he have a wife, and how did she feel about that?
I don't remember, but I would imagine not good if he does. But I think he was 35 or something, and he took this jump. Now, it's interesting because obviously now you get book deals and you get TV and whatever else that comes off of this. But are you an expert at 10,000 hours? So I said I am an expert in franchising. I've been doing it for 10,000 hours. That's a lot of time. But maybe that is the point of being an expert. So when you're looking at those who have said they've done something spectacular, maybe that is a barometer to measure them at, and maybe that's what you should be looking at. If you're going to hire a C-level person into your company, maybe that is the bandwidth that you're looking for.
I think you said something interesting in the column too toward the end, was that some things only do come with time. That you can get a degree from the fanciest college on earth, you can be an expert in some emerging technology, but a lot of things only come with experience, and experience requires time. So, I mean, it does make sense that, I'm not sure if 10,000 is a magic number, but a lot of time is necessary to be an expert in anything, and I think that holds true for franchising.
There's so many cliches that life is short, or patience is a virtue. So I don't even know what the right one is. But if you're going to be good at something, you gain experience. And I think college as a fundamental concept is fantastic. I'm sorry if my 3-year-old son watches this, and I should apologize to my wife too, but I'm not sure anything I learned in algebra specifically I apply today. I don't know, maybe I do. But the experience that I got in college wasn't necessarily behind the books. It was the internships I had. It was running a student newspaper. It gave me experience. So I think experience does trump everything, and that if you want to become an expert, you have to really commit to putting in the time and becoming an expert in that category.
Definitely. One category where there are a lot of experts, or at least it seems, is the fast casual market right now. A recent report showed that fast casual is beating every other restaurant segment. I think basically the next closest segment that is doing as well is still half as well as fast casual. So I mean, what is it about fast casual that is making it beat out, quick service or sit down restaurants, or what's the magic there now?
Let me look at my phone right now.
Yeah.
No, the point of that is that we're used to speed in our lives. That if you want to be successful at something in business, then that whole patience to virtue probably isn't going.
Goes out the window.
Maybe the 10,000 is gone. Maybe it is more like 500, because the speed of information, the access to information, the speed of everything we want in life it dictates how we like to eat as well. That I would imagine if you could do a study on how much time did it take someone to eat breakfast in 1950 versus today, there would be a vast difference. I get Starbucks on my way to work. You can read those columns too. Not that Starbucks anymore. And I eat it at my desk while cleaning out my email. Breakfast is no longer a luxury, and lunch is the same way. I try to do other things, the multitask. So because we are set up that way as human beings, I think that's why the fast casual segment is taking off.
No, that makes sense. I mean, breakfast and lunch are now a part of the workday. It's something where you're at your desk, you're eating, and you're, like you said, you're catching up on the emails that might have been piling up when you were doing something else. Whether or not that's a great trend for society remains to be seen, but that is a reality. So, yeah, it only makes sense that the restaurants that are doing the best right now are the ones that are catering to that speed. Another thing, well, I mean, this is kind of in the same vein actually, as far as speed and convenience go, is there was a recent story that major brands are starting to partner up with Postmates, which is a delivery service that will essentially deliver anything you want. In this case, a burger from McDonald's. Convenient, fast, but maybe there's one not right around the corner from your house. Maybe you don't want to get up off the couch.
Right.
Pick up the phone, call a guy on a bike. He can pick up your Big Mac for you. What do you think about that?
And Uber's doing the same thing. Right?
That's true. They're kind of catering, I think, to more niche food options, but it's the same deal, really.
I don't know if we're getting lazier, if we want more choices than pizza and Chinese. But I'm seeing these companies do fairly well, like a Grubhub.
Yeah.
My family uses Grubhub maybe twice a week for ordering food, because we're not going to just order pizza and Chinese every single week. So I like it. I like the concept of, hey, you can order anything you want. Where this is going to, what this potentially hurts is it takes away the frequency of the Chinese or pizza delivery.
Yeah, bites into that a little bit.
Yeah. But where it widens it is for these more fine dining restaurants to actually deliver their product. Now, from a price standpoint, you're paying more typically for the experience that you have in restaurants, and you're still paying that price plus a delivery fee. So I would imagine the delivery concepts, the flow of it will be okay when the economy is getting in better shape, and it will go down when it's not. Pizza and cost effective will take over then.
I think I was reading that you go to Chipotle, you order a steak burrito, that's about $10. If you do it through Postmates, that could come to about $20, just for the same amount of food. But the very fact that it's being brought to your door, I guess the question is it worth that markup for a person who's maybe a little too hungover to make the walk to Chipotle? Every now and then that might be a good idea.
Well, and if you measure in dollars, let's say that 1 hour of your time is worth $100.
Yeah.
Then you actually save money. But if you were doing something else that was productive towards your life,
good point,
then you save the money. So it's one, you can look at it in multiple ways.
I guess it depends on how bad you want that burrito.
Yeah, right. So before we let our 102
our loyal viewers
go. This is it. This is the last time you're going to see this brick. We're moving into an 1851 world headquarters of Monday. So next week you'll be seeing it live from our 1851 studio, which we actually have a room that will be dedicated to filming these, which is going to be pretty cool.
It's the first step toward global domination.
Love it. And we'll have guests. We have some fantastic guests in town for the National Restaurant Association show. So we will have more guests on here, and we're going to continue pushing the video. It will just be in a different scenario, not our original office here in River North, Chicago, but now at the Prudential Building in the Loop.
The important thing, I think, is that we will have the same lovely camera person, and that's really what makes all the difference.
You can't see her, but she does exist.
Her fingerprints are all over this.
She's really good at the bloopers, so we'll see you next week.
Thanks for watching.
La 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 la.
Yep.